Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream starts every night at 8/7 Central Time on Sunday through Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any question you have in the chat as you feel like it, and I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. Starting with new developments, a Dickinson County man was convicted on multiple charges related to threatening schools. Police say they arrested Adam Murray last April after he caused schools to lock down. A criminal complaint says Murray sent Snapchats of child sexually abusive material through his cell phone. He also sent threats to kill his mom and be a school shooter. Today, he pleaded no contest to charges of attempted false report of terrorism, 2 counts of using a computer to commit a crime, and possession of meth. Murray's attorney says he hopes to keep his client from going to prison.
My goal is to keep him incarcerated here at the Dickinson County Correctional Facility as opposed to going off to the Michigan Department of Corrections. I think he's a good candidate for long-term probation.
And no one was hurt after a barn fire today in Scandia. The Chocolate Township Fire Department says the fire happened on a property on Orchard Lane in Scandia. Crews say the only occupant inside of the barn at the time was a pig. Firefighters say the pig made it out of the building safely. And in continuing coverage, the owner of a fire-damaged building in downtown Escanaba now knows what's next. Ludington Street could soon have 3 vacant lots. TV6's Escanaba Bureau reporter Barbara Bellinger spoke with the building's owner, who says the fire damage to the 130-year-old building was immense and it's now unrepairable.
Craig Warple owns the building at 1007 Ludington Street. He had hoped to rebuild, but now he says it's another victim of the fire that claimed 1 life and 2 other buildings in January.
The insurance company has decided that the building is not repairable. It's cost more than what the building is insured for, if it's even repairable at all. So the building will be coming down, and that'll make a 3rd hole because of the fire here on Ludington Street.
The decision didn't surprise Warple, who is already looking at what comes next. Warple is also the director of the Downtown Development Authority. He said there's ongoing discussions about what to do with all the vacant lots in the downtown area.
You have to realize, though, that all of this property is privately owned. The city does not own any of the open spots, and as far as I can tell, none of them are for sale. There has to be a conversation with the owners on what can be done with them.
Which could include asking them to sell.
We have a lot of people that don't live here, that own buildings downtown, that have done nothing with them for a long period of time. And to make those changes, we need to have the property.
Changes like parklets, apartments, and commercial residential buildings like those planned for the east end of Ludington.
As those types of construction projects begin and people get excited about that, then you'll see more businesses want to move into the downtown area. And as buildings become filled, then those empty properties might become more desirable.
Thank you, Barbara. As this year's mild winter continues, healthcare professionals say your allergy symptoms could last longer this year. I don't know about you, but I am already starting to feel it just a little bit. The University of Michigan's health department has been studying different pollen stations across the country. It says the mild winter can lead to a longer period for allergy symptoms. The department's allergist says the amount of pollen will double by 2040. She also says cold winters help decrease your allergy symptoms.
When the ground freezes over, the mold spores in the ground become inactivated and pollen allergens disappear. So therefore, if you have mostly seasonal allergies like mold or pollen allergies, you shouldn't have many symptoms during the winter time.
Aspirus Health also had some tips you can do at home, like reducing the wind blowing in your face at night and make sure any soft surfaces are clean. The Ishpeming City Fire Department is trying to track down an antique fire truck it owned decades ago. The department traded in its 1951 Perch back in 1995 for a truck the department still uses today. The Ishpeming City Fire Chief says the 1951, the truck has changed hands several times until it was sold online in 2018, excuse me. Now the fire department is trying to find the owners so it can buy it back. The fire chief says the truck is a piece of Ishpeming's history.
Well, we like to preserve history. We have our 1923 Seagull pumper still, so we have a horse cart, we have a hand pumper cart. It'd be nice to get one of the newer, older vehicles back.
If you have any information on the truck, contact the Ishpeming City Fire Department. And Partridge Creek Compost is offering an additional option to your trash and recycling pickup. Residential areas in Marquette, Negaunee, and Ishpeming now have the option to sign up for weekly or bi-weekly curbside compost pickup. Weekly pickups are $28 a month, and bi-weekly pickups are $18 a month. Partridge Creek Compost's business director says their mission is to reduce compost going into the landfill and improve soil health in the area.
We want to make it more accessible for people to live in a way that's harmonious with the ecosystem that we inhabit, and we're trying to reduce the barriers to participation by just offering customers an easy way to divert their food waste from their homes, their businesses, their restaurants, or their schools.
To sign up or learn more, go to uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. A major project for a Marquette County museum is already underway, but more funding is needed to pay the project in full. Because of the warmer weather and lack of snow, the roof of the Maritime Museum in Marquette is already being built. Though the museum is still looking for money to fully fund the project, as the museum has raised nearly half of the $155,000. The museum manager says there are many avenues people can use to assist the museum.
Even though they're working on it, we've only raised a little under half of what we're trying to raise. So you can send donations to the Maritime Museum. You can look on our website, our Facebook page. We have a GoFundMe. We need a little bit of help on the roof here.
You can find out how you can donate on our website. And finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, Oradoc Brewing Company is hosting the 11th annual Festival of the Angry Bear next month. The block party will feature live music, food trucks, and specially brewed beers. It's free to attend, but things like drink tokens and food will be for sale. Angry Bear is for adults 21 and up, but the Oradoc is hosting other family-friendly celebrations leading up to the festival, such as Baby Bear and the Angry Bear 5K. Organizers say Angry Bear is typically an unofficial end to the UP's winter hibernation.
It's a festival that we do every spring, kind of like our Spring Awakening, a chance for people to get out and about in the town, celebrate the upcoming summer.
The Festival of the Angry Bear will be Saturday, April 13th at 3 in the afternoon on Spring Street. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night where I'll be here in the same place at the same time. That's 8/7 Central Time with a recap of tomorrow's headlines. Don't forget you can find us streaming on Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you'd prefer. And if you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. Thank you all again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.